Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nicholas, again here with Glitch Tesla, here on my Tesla Model 3 Midnight Glitch. Today we'll be going over some more autopilot features. Today we're going to be looking at intersections and roundabouts and how they interact with autopilot or the full self-driving capability package that you would find in a Tesla. Now, this will be different with future updates. As always, the car gets better over time, but this is a snapshot as far as what you can expect with the Tesla currently with the most stable version of the software. Now, I do want to keep in mind that with these packages, you have to be aware it is not autonomy. It is the driver assistance, and it is meant to help your drive and make it easier, as well as in some situations safer than a regular human driver. Now, it uses all the cameras. There's 2 side cameras, 3 forward facing cameras, and 1 rear camera that will be able to help assist seeing all the way around the car, as well as the ultrasonic parking sensors, which also give depth to the surroundings around the car, and a radar in the front that help detect cars moving forward or stopping so it can maintain proper distance. Now, a big thing to mention again is this is the most stable version right now. The beta does operate differently, and when this rolls out to other people, they will be able to experience this themselves. But right now, these are great features that you can get today, and a lot of people will be able to enjoy. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, and we've explained a little bit how autopilot is today, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get driving with Midnight Glitch. I do have the traffic light and stop sign control beta turned on, which they released a little bit ago. So you can see it's it recognized the stoplight, and we are going to stop here. The light is about to change. And of course, I'll have to bump out of autopilot to get around the corner. So all this is on regular autopilot. Navigating on autopilot does not work in the city at all. And I will go ahead and turn left. Even though coming up to this intersection here, it splits out in 4 different lanes. And it almost all the time picks the turn lane instead of the straight through. It also varies on which one I'm closer to. I was technically closer to this turn lane. So I have no set destination today. I'm just driving around and showing off the features of this. I'm still on autopilot. I'm sitting here at the light. You see the car in front of me had gone, and we're moving ahead. But it will not do this turn. There are some very faint lines that are dotted line through that you can't see very well because they're worn away. But I almost wanted to do that turn, but of course, is not able to at the moment. Here's another intersection. This intersection, I'm, of course, see the red light, and we're coming up to it and stopping. And if you notice, this does stop before the stop bar. It doesn't cross in the crosswalk. It does stay back to where it really should be and where most people should be stopping. Most lanes it doesn't matter, but this is an intersection that the left lane should be setting back far enough, especially for the fact that this also is one of the few intersections that allow U-turns to happen. Since we had this median installed and it's one way on each side, there are legal U-turns for these 3 traffic lights I'm going through. And that's something that I'm going to be testing later on when possibly it's capable of doing so. But navigation will try to get you to do U-turns, especially in places where U-turns are probably not acceptable, and that's due to Google Maps. But I handled those intersections just fine. Alright, I'm going through another couple intersections here. Now this is a 5-lane road. This technically this lane ends, so I wanted to get in this lane. I didn't press down on stock far enough the first time to get it to go through, but as far as when it recognizes multiple lanes, it will go through and change for some, but not all. And that car back there was wanting to turn, so I kind of was a little bit delayed on telling the car to go ahead and go through that intersection, even though it was green. This still only goes through green intersections if there's a car in front of you, a lead car. Otherwise, if there's no lead car, if you're too far back, you have to confirm that you're going to be able to go through that. But if you have a lead car, a lot of times you don't have to confirm to these lights unless you're for some reason too far back away from it. So traffic really does stack up in this area quite a bit. And that's one thing that people are going to have to get used to with AutoPilot, and being in a very congested area, you know, cities or towns now. So that was a good intersection there. The light turned yellow and continued on through, even though that we were pretty much through or in the intersection at the time. It didn't try to stop or anything stupid. So this intersection, there's no one in front of me, so I kind of have to bump my way through it. So we're going to stay in this lane here. This center lane turns into a turn lane at the next light, so I'm going to stay in this one. That's one of the changes that they made as well, kind of reconfiguring downtown. And this technically turns into 3 lanes. Okay, and it moved over just as it should. That's amazing. right? It's doing what it's supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and turn left into this downtown square area. And only on traffic aware cruise at the moment, since I changed lanes. Now this used to be kind of different. They changed a lot of this within the last, I don't know, at least 5 years. Last 3 at least. This is incorrect. This should be a 25 all through downtown. So a lot of this is... That's interesting. It actually yielded at that. And it's seeing a parking space on my right. That's interesting. But all this downtown square was redone. It used to be split, and now you got 2. It was only one way for a while, and then they split it, and then it was still one way, which was awkward. Then they turned it to 2-way, and now it's back to one way again. So these are roundabouts all around the square, and it does not like them whatsoever. But it does see the yield for the crosswalk, and it does stop at the at these roundabouts that it absolutely does not like right now. With the without, I'm not going off the road. Sorry, that's not what's going on. And right here, it doesn't even list a speed zone or speed limit, so it just kind of assumes. Again, I cannot get those to go through the roundabouts. How about that? So there you have it. Roundabouts do not work at all with 20.20 or 2020.40.8 version of AutoPilot. Again, this is not the FSD beta. It would attempt possibly to try to go through those in the beta, but I'll have to check and find out if it does later on. It's one of those things I'll have to test. And the roadway is extra wide through here, and there's parking spaces, but they've redone pavement over top of the lines, and so it doesn't realize there's parking there. Coming up at another light, turn yellow, and slowing down and stopping the way it should. And I cannot go into AutoPilot just yet. I can, however, tell it to proceed through. Okay, now it sees lines again. We can go back in. Up ahead here, there'll be like 3 lights. I think 4 lights now. Or maybe it was just 2 and they added a 3rd. All in quick succession. So you'll have this first light, another one, and then yeah, a third that they've added. So I'm far enough back where this is going to require me to confirm through them. And it already started to slow slightly when it saw the light. I confirmed through the one. Now it sees the other. Actually chimed on that one. Now I guess this third one is a little bit further off. But for a 50, it does give quite a bit of distance before it starts slowing down or tries to slow down. I would just expect it to not do it as soon as it pops up on the screen. Or give a little bit more warning beyond 600 feet or whatever it considers. Alright, this intersection up here, I'm going to go straight through the intersection, but this one, this is kind of an awkward intersection. I'm going to have this within the rest of the intersections I had included on the video. But this one here is an awkward shape. So you might be able to tell a little bit easier on the screen, maybe not. But this kind of is not a straight T or cross intersection. You got this leg here that I'm on now at a kind of a 45-degree angle, and you kind of have to turn as you go straight. So usually it handles this okay, but AutoPilot currently complains about it. So didn't have to confirm, and as you can see, it just completely failed out. So that is going to be it. Thank you for watching, and catch you on the next video.